Good morning, you guys. I just want to encourage you guys to keep going, do the things that you dream about, do the things that you love. Yesterday in Bible study, I was getting a little bit off track, but yesterday in Bible study pushed me right back into alignment, and it was basically saying how you need to look and see where like what your reputation is tied to, what your value is tied to, because sometimes we get caught up in worldly expectations, and we get blinded. Let me say right. We get caught up in worldly expectations that other people have for us, and our value becomes tied to what people think of us. So if we fail or anything like that, our value is usually tied to people, which is why we think, oh my God, we failed. But if your value is tied to God, you won't even look at your mistakes as failures. You'll look at them as lessons. And I know that we all say that, but we truly, really have to practice that diligently. And a point that was brought to my attention is we try to like form habits or break bad habits in 21 days, and then wonder why we go back to those bad habits after the fact that we've been trying to condition ourselves for 21 days. And it's because it's something in our hearts that is still holding on to that deep-rooted issue or that thing. So another thing that struck me was make sure you're doing a heart check. And that literally takes time to sit in God's presence. Or, I mean, he can meet you where you're at. It just depends on your relationship with God. So I'll just leave it here, and I'll just say do frequent heart checks. And I really had to check myself because I had been I can be really hard on myself and really critical of myself, and I always want things to be excellent and perfect. And I had to check myself and ask, well, who am I doing this for? And if I'm doing it for the Lord, then I shouldn't be worried about all of that. And then, or worried about what people may think of me or what people may say. And then just with my heart check, like, what is a hindrance to me? Why haven't I started doing this? Why haven't I taken action even though I feel like I really want to? Why haven't I kept a consistent discipline? So it takes those heart checks. And what I will say is sometimes that can be very, very just painful. And I found myself the past 2 days just really dealing with some issues that I've never encountered before. So I feel like I didn't know how to navigate through it, and I tried to cope with it in an unhealthy way. Like, I love to sleep, so I'll sleep through my pain if I can. But this time I wasn't able to do that, so I had no choice but to write out how I was feeling. I had no choice but to say, God, help me, and cry out to the Lord. But even then, when I did that, I didn't take long enough to sit in his presence so he could reveal to me the root of the issue and the root of the pain. And sometimes when God shows you yourself, it's a tough pill to swallow. You know, nobody wants to identify with the ugly parts of themselves. It's just, I mean, who would want to do that? You know, but I feel like that's where most of your power lies, is in those ugly parts of yourself that you don't want to confront. So when I say move forward and go after your dreams, don't forget to do frequent heart checks, because those are the very things that are going to keep you in alignment with your goal. It's your God-given goal and your dreams. And it definitely will help you, like, even for me, it lets me know, like, who's speaking to me. Like, is this God speaking to me, or is this, Satan trying to trick me and come in and be sneaky and stuff like that? When I check my heart frequently, and I check it against the word as well, and of just who I am. So, for instance, if my mind is telling me that I'm weak or I cannot do it, I can revert back to the word where it says God's grace is sufficient for all things. And in my weakness, God is strong. So it's just like, I use the word to check my heart as well and make sure that what I'm hearing is credible or what I'm hearing is correct, and having the confidence to walk in what I'm actually hearing from God. So I just wanted to encourage you to spend time with God in the best way. This goes for me too. I'm always speaking to myself. Spend time with God. Don't be so critical of yourself and of your journey. Let go and let him. And I know that's so much easier said than done, but when you actually start practicing it, my pastor gave this great example of just tasting something. Like once you taste that thing, you start to crave it. So once you really let go and let God, you had a taste of how he operates in your life and how stress free you are. And it's just like, now you're craving to always let go and let God. It's nothing for you to let go and let God. So you just have to continuously put these things into practice. Keep God at the forefront of your mind, because that's the only way that you can walk in alignment with him. Just always considering him first and the things that he wants for you, the things that he wants you to do, and the things that he wants you to pursue and go forth in, the things that he wants you to work on in your heart, the things that he wants to build you up so that he can get you to that place he's taking you. And I found myself questioning, not as much as I used to, but questioning God, like, oh my God, why is it so painful? But this morning I just got that, I'm preparing you for the work I place you on this earth to do. So this is, how he talks to me. I don't know about everybody else, but why are you questioning me? Why are you continue to question me when you know what's up? And I've already showed you bits and pieces of where I'm trying to take you, or this, that, and the third. So don't question your process. Just trust me in the midst, and trust that I'm going to stay faithful to you and come through for you. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, you have to be real. Like, you have to be real with God. We're human. We're not perfect. So yes, I might get frustrated. Yes, I might get mad. But at the end of the day, I'm going to where he's taking me, even if it's through the ugliest parts of myself. You know what I'm saying? So it's just that dedication and that motivation and just an openness for him to come in your life and work things out, work so many things out for you, and knowing that there is no such thing as perfect. God uses so many people in the Bible, and you probably hear this 1,000 times, so many people in the Bible that are not perfect, are sinners, have done what we consider as bad things and all this other stuff. God literally still uses the broken pieces. What they say, broken crowns still what? Color. The same color. They don't become dull. They still color. They're still working. Another thing that I've been hearing a lot too is, excuse me, I'm getting a little hype. Another thing I've been hearing a lot too is, even though our heel is bruised, I believe this is in Genesis. Even though our heels are bruised, God has still given us the ability to crush the serpent's head. So even though we've been through the ringer, even though we've been through what we feel like is the worst things in the world or traumatic injuries, God has still given us the power to move forward and crush any enemy or anything that tries to come against us. Another scripture is, the weapon will form, but what? It will not prosper. So it's just those things that I hold on to and that are become embedded in my heart. So it starts in the heart, and then it transforms your mind, which is I guess the bigger thing of this message is it starts in the heart and then it transforms your mind. So let God do his work here, and don't be scared to let him take you to the places he needs to take you in here for your mind to be transformed. It is a process, and it is a practice, and it is something to meditate on. This is not an overnight thing. Nobody is perfect. But one thing we are to God, we are worth it. And he loves us so much. And I love you guys. I thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned. I have so much to edit, so I hope you guys like the videos that I'm going to edit. And then I know I've been slacking on my fashion lately on this channel, so I'm also going to start posting fashion videos here and there. So look forward to that as well. Again, I love you guys, and be blessed. Oh, this is my new coffee mug. You can see it. So it's amazing. All right, love you guys. See you later.